Hello and welcome back to the On the Slab Horror Show, the show that we bring to you each and every Friday night. Why do I do this on a Friday night? Read the t-shirt,
Friday
Carl.
Friday night is horror night. Woo!
Absolutely. I felt weird calling you Carl there.
I know, what the fuck?
I'm being formal now.
Oh, excuse me. Hello, sir. How are you?
I mean, we're setting it in the right times here, aren't we?
Oh, yes. Oh, shit. Absolutely.
um,
So,
we don't need a rundown this time as to why we do it on a Friday night, but
no.
as everyone knows, Friday night is in fact horror night. But
Yeah.
tonight we're going back old school. No guests tonight for a change.
Just what brought us
Um,
to the dance.
yeah, this one is a film review. It's been a while.
Well, I'll have to be
It's
honest with
been
you,
a
right?
while.
Yeah, because we had to just kind of stop you with your fucking interview addiction. So this just gives the interviews a little break for a week.
A week or two.
You've been
But
knocking it out of the park, man. Fair play to you, man. Seriously, it's fucking great.
I appreciate it. No, this one we kind of moved on quickly. Um, it's been tough. Obviously, yourself, you work nights.
Mm.
Eno's had his stuff going on. I've been busy in work. Ted gets to go to the cinema 400,000 times a year, but doesn't. But this time we've actually got the chance to see this movie relatively quickly. It's only came out. So we said, right, fuck it, we'll move straight on it. I haven't seen a review go up yet, so maybe by the time this comes out, it might be the first. I might be
Hopefully.
wrong, but it'll certainly be, apart from Scream and Halloween, it'll be the quickest one we've brought out.
Yeah.
Now it was me in the past that didn't want to bring them out straight away because I didn't want to ruin it for people, but that's changed now.
Absolutely.
So
And we will
we're
give the spoilers ahead.
spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. There,
I've
I said it 3 times.
I've learned my lesson. Remember the first time.
Yeah, it's 3 times I've said it now. That's enough to bring Beetlejuice back from the dead.
Woo!
Also,
We got-
just before
We
get
got a
into it,
release date for
we got
that,
an
didn't
announcement for Beetlejuice.
we? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
September of next year.
I can't wait to see that. Just hope they do it. They don't change too much. It's gonna be a film for the fans. It has to be.
It's Burton again, so
Yeah.
and Keaton. So here we go.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
But that's a different type of movie for a different type of time.
Absolutely.
This one's a lot darker, a lot more dated. Would you say?
Let's
Set
be honest.
in a past time.
Set in a specific time and about a specific
Ship.
ship and what would you say? A specific chapter of a particular book,
Yeah.
which I think is
wrote by an Irish gentleman.
yes, and it's a nice new take on the Dracula persona, isn't it? Really, it's
Absolutely. Obviously, it's the Dracula book by Bram Stoker, but this is part of the Captain's Log.
hmm
And they've made the film The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, there's not a lot. Like, I've skimmed through that book on a number of occasions, tried to read it, and just doesn't do it for me.
Mm.
And I never knew it was a Captain's Log, but what a story to bring into it.
Yeah, it's a nice. As I say, it's a nice take from it. Like, I mean, the last thing I think I saw related to the Demeter was the Dracula miniseries, the three
That's
part
the
one.
BBC one, is it?
Yeah, yeah. And you see, like, there's an episode on the Demeter, and it's cool actually, But like that, we're getting a type of Dracula that, as you know, I like, not fucking romantic and sparkly and all that shit.
So, as I said, it's a different take on obviously the 1992 movie Dracula, which starred Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Best performance of Dracula I've seen.
Yeah.
It's as close to the book as you were going to get, I'd imagine. Obviously, Lee and everybody else have just done phenomenal jobs, but for me, Oldman performance was just off the charts. The movie wasn't great.
Well, Oldman was able to portray a sense of savagery that particular Dracula brought out of himself every now and again. The old guys had a gentleman type of thing about
Yeah.
them. Whereas this lad could turn on and off the savagery just like that. So
Yeah, Ullman's just off the charts in them kind of particular roles.
yeah, absolutely, he's amazing.
I don't think at that time you probably could have got anyone better.
No, no, I don't think so.
Like maybe the only other person that you could see that can turn characters on and off like that at that time was probably Jim Carrey, and he was too comic to do it.
Yeah, you know, you need a sense of believability to a small degree for these kind of films to work. And
Yeah.
I don't think
Now,
anyone.
not that the movie was great itself. Keanu Reeves even says it himself that it wasn't his best run, but
Yeah.
that's again for a different
But I do.
time.
Well, before we move on, I do like the depiction that they have of Dracula as the actual demon. Sorry, as the vampire. You know,
Oh
where
yeah,
it's the big, huge fucking wings and all. I think that
yeah,
looks deadly. So, anyway, props to
yeah.
that there. Yeah.
This was directed, so it got its original release date on August 10th in Italy. Here, I just have it here in front of me. Now as far as I know, it's due to come out here, or it is just come out here.
Mm,
Um, but it's directed by, I'm gonna attempt this. It's Andre Overdal. It's got one of
yeah.
those little lines through his name, so I'm not sure how that works. Overdal or something. Jeez, it's got a bit of a cast to it. Javier Boat plays Dracula. Corey Hawkins is Clemens. Aisling Franceschi, Franceschi,
Franciosi.
whatever. What he said.
Yeah.
Plays Anna. Liam Cunningham, obviously the great Liam Cunningham. Everyone knows Liam
Amazing.
Cunningham. Captain Elliot. And then this is funny because I was only saying to you just before we came on. We spoke about this a while back that I haven't seen this guy act since Suicide Squad really,
Mm.
and I watched a different movie that's just out as well, The Boogeyman, that starred David Dalsmatch, and then he appears in this one as well. But yeah, obviously David Dalsmatch, Chris Whaley, and a host of others.
Isn't actually just one of the lads from The Young Offenders in it?
Chris
Jock.
Whaley?
Jock.
Yeah, Chris Whaley.
Yeah, I thought that, when I saw that, I was just like, that's fucking gas. That's deadly.
Yeah, it's but like this is set, was it 1915 or 1916, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I can't quite remember the date itself, but it's set in the olden times. But this is
1897.
1897, even earlier.
So near enough.
So obviously, if you don't know, the ship is the ship that carries Dracula from Romania to the UK.
Yeah.
And he's paid on by what you could only imagine is Renfield.
I'd say so, yeah.
Now they never confirm that, but or another lackey that he has that pays him on inside the crate to ship to England.
With
and
all
then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, with all the soil.
Yeah.
All the boxes of soil, so he can kind of move about the place.
And then obviously you have the branding of Dracula on it as the dragon.
Yeah.
Which you actually learn to come to. It's not actually a dragon, I don't think. I think it's meant to be him.
I think so, yeah.
But the whole build to this, like the build to getting on the ship, is about as quick a build as the Titanic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all hell breaks loose then.
I mean, don't forget, as you were saying, like it's basically based on one chapter of a book. So
yeah.
And so, like, I mean, they're gonna have to obviously flesh it out a little bit, but I think they did a great job of fleshing it out to make a film. Now we've been hearing a couple of like ups and down review, like kind of people have seen it and they're like, it's boring, it's this, it's that. But let's just say straight off the bat, myself and Greg really enjoyed it. We really enjoyed it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Like it's broke into my top 10 for the year.
I think it broke into mine actually. Or it's either is in it or it's no. I think it is actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think mine's 10.
Yeah, I think mine's 7 or 8. I think.
But then again, you haven't seen as many as I have this year.
Yeah, I know.
But I was hooked on this almost straight away. I put it as just something to watch. I wasn't expecting too much. I'd seen all the reviews and I was like, meh. gonna watch it for the sake of watching it and then do the show.
Yeah.
But I was hooked.
Now, isn't it a great, like, as we always talk about the type of vampires we like, and we like the kind of animalistic
30 Days a
beast.
Night.
Yeah, that's my favorite type of vampire is 30 Days a Night, Nosferatu, all that kind of stuff. Not like where they're romantic and all this kind of shit. So
Well,
when
you
you,
love Twilight, Carl.
shut up, you. That's anyway. Anyway, um, when you see when you don't see like a human version of Dracula in this for the whole film, that's another big difference as well, and that's what I like about. Maybe people aren't used to seeing Dracula like that for a whole film, and maybe
Yeah,
that's
I think that is it. Yeah,
whereas, as I said, like I see vampires, doesn't matter who it is, as diseased animals. Like that's the way. Like I mean, they're fucking sucking blood, they're chomping bits of flesh off people. Of course, they're gonna be filthy. That's again, that's what I think. You know?
I think the that might have a bit to do with it. Everyone expects them to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Everyone expects them to be sort of the well dressed, well spoken, sort of Christopher Lee kind of the way,
Kind of, yeah.
even more so than the guy with the stupid weird hair. But like I suppose it is that way. If you talk to anybody about Dracula, it's a well dressed
Yeah.
kind of way, and he'll lure you in with the razzle dazzle and stuff. But this one
Sparkles.
definitely is not.
I
How do you
love.
love Twilight?
Do you know who? Do you know who I thought actually? Again, veering off again, but Luke Evans played a very good Dracula in Dracula Untold.
That was a very very different version, wasn't
Yeah.
it? That was him
Yeah.
playing Vlad the Impaler.
That was great. So like an origin
And
story. It was great.
I am kind of sad that they never made the second one of that.
Oh,
Obviously, the
would
ending
have
of
been
that
class.
movie set it right up.
Yeah, it would have been brilliant.
But yeah, Luke Evans was a very good one, and I know we brought it up when we done the Dracula show as well. All those years ago now.
In her infancy.
But this one, like once they're on the boat, you expect hell to break loose quite quickly. I think it's 6 weeks. I think it's 6 weeks from Romania to London, or something on the boat, and they have enough livestock, and now you just know shit's about to go down. But did you notice? I don't know whether you've seen it in the last while. Obviously, the opening scenes in this, where they're loading Dracula onto the boat, and you can see the cable, and your man gets distracted in the cable, and the box falls. It's very similar to the start of the Wishmaster.
Oh right, yeah, no, I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Where you see Robert Englund and Ted Raimi, and Ted Raimi obviously gets crushed by a demon falling off the side of a boat.
Very cool.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, I don't know, I doubt it is a nod to that, but I'm putting it in there.
Yeah, nice to think of it if it was.
I noticed it. But yeah, like, and then having the kid on board as well, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was cool. I have to say, I was saying to myself, please go there, please go there. You couldn't not go there.
Oh baby.
And do they go there?
But obviously I think it's night 3. The box cracks open and they find Anna. Now I was hemming and hawing throughout this story. I was like, are they going to use her as one of the brides?
That's what I was thinking.
Apparently I was wrong.
Yeah.
Not apparently. I was definitely wrong.
We were both wrong.
But like where they're giving her the blood transfusions and stuff, I was like, oh shit. I was like, are they gonna make Dracula a female in this? And I was like, no. And then I knew the cast list had Javier Boat as Dracula. So I don't know whether he just played him inside the prosthetics or the whatever. And I was like, are they gonna use her as the female? But no. Oh no.
She was his lunch, wasn't she? His chew toy. So
his living lunch. But yeah, like obviously they bring her in, and then the first guy goes missing, and they're like, he fell overboard, but yet there's blood all over the place. And then I tell you there's something fucking wrong. And then obviously the livestock have gone. The dog.
Aw, Hook.
Yeah. Wait, we're gonna go there. What are you gonna do? We're gonna kill the dog. Don't kill the dog.
Don't kill the dog. Of all of them, don't kill the dog.
We've seen this happen in movies before. I've seen John Wick. I know what happens when you kill the dog.
I tell you, Dracula was just lucky John Wick wasn't on board that
Mm.
day.
Absolutely. But yeah, everything goes to hell then, doesn't it? And like you can see the fear and the superstition
Yeah.
starting to come in. The chef is brilliant. I won't give you anything if you're a heathen, if, if you take the Lord's name in vain and stuff. You're like deadly.
He was the patron saint of, or he was Saint, what was it, Saint Nicholas, the patron saint of
Yeah,
travelers. Ah, okay. You're not a heathen, so
you're not.
whatever it was.
You can have steak tonight. Great. I love how they give the kid the job to look after the livestock as well.
His crew,
But
as he was saying.
yeah, but like it's just like the storytelling, in this, the character development. Obviously the development between Dalsmatian uh, and Liam Cunningham, where he's telling him he's going to give him the Demeter when he lands in London that he's done, and stuff. Like it's top drawer. Every character kind of gets a bit of development time.
Yeah. Do you know,
Um,
I kind of liken this, Greg, and you'll probably agree with me here, to the way Ravenous was kind of received initially. You know, like I don't well now I know that when that came out it was in with other big films, okay, but
yeah,
I'm just looking at things here and this is getting the kind of critical response I think it should do. You know what I mean?
um, I'd agree in certain aspects to that statement that it's the same kind of way. This hasn't come out alongside major big names. So
Yeah,
this came out alongside the Boogeyman, um, and Haunted Mansion. Obviously, is a kids type of horror, but
I
very
think.
pretentious at the minute.
Oh yeah, I think I think it was the right move to not put the word Dracula in the title.
Oh, absolutely. But anyone that knows the Dracula story knew
Oh
where they were going with it.
yeah,
And obviously with Hammer just being bought out, um, and Universal looking like they're rebooting all the Universal monsters. Obviously, we know Radio Silence has decided to not go down Scream 7 route and do their Universal monster, which is actually being filmed in Dublin.
yeah. Which one are they doing?
So it's still under wraps, but I've heard grumblings that it is Dracula's daughter,
Okay.
who's going to be played by Miss Melissa Barrera,
Oh
who's
right.
obviously the lead in Scream,
Nice.
which would be a good thing. But we'll get onto that at the end of it. But like anyone that kind of knows the Dracula story knew that the boat, like they're not going to do anything other than that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now the opening time you see him in this property, when your man's running away and he's climbing up the net,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Please no," and it's mimicking him. And you look down and you're like, Jesus Christ, it's too long front teeth. They're not like normal ones.
Yeah.
Very Count Orlok.
Again, the
Um,
way I would envision a vampire would look in that state.
yeah, he absolutely tortured that poor fucker as well. Just
Mm.
walking him down up the rope like,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Very
I just jumped off. I'd have been done. Good luck.
into the water. See you, boy.
Fuck it, yeah. If you're gonna catch me on the way down, catch me, but
Well, actually, yes. The speed of him flying in this is,
yeah,
it's really fast and all. Like so.
it's
Yeah.
proper animalistic.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um,
I think yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like how they dealt with the IP. Everyone in it was good. I don't think there was. I like again. We're only talking about our opinion. Everyone else has to look at it. And what I would say is do go and watch it, or do watch it wherever you watch your films.
make your own mind up.
Yeah, we just
Like you can take my advice, you can take Carl's advice, and it's great because we tell you we liked it,
mhm.
so we're gonna hype it up. You could go and watch it, not like it.
And that's
But
okay. That's
don't.
your choice. Yeah.
No, that's not okay.
Oh yeah, it's your
Um,
opinion, but you're wrong.
but don't take someone's view on a movie and not watch it because you don't like what they said about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like take
I
me
think-
and Carl there. We're good friends and we have very different views on movies.
Sometimes, yeah.
Now, a lot of our stuff is quite similar in the thought process that we have, but we have really difference in views on certain movies. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like he likes Midsummer and I hate it.
that's
Do you
true.
know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And like I still won't put the movie down. I don't like it.
yeah.
It bored the shit out of me, but like
And as well, and
that's
another one actually more closer to home is that your opinion on Grandpa in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I can totally understand, but I personally like the whole thing, as you know. So there's a difference, another big difference there. You know what I mean?
no. I've come to the terms and whatnot that I do. It is maybe an overreaction that it throws me out of the movie completely. Um, and if I can, like, if I could watch a version without that in it,
Mm,
I'd be laughing. Like now, I only rewatched it there 3 days ago,
yeah.
and I just sat there and I was like, I knew it was coming, and I was like, just ignore it when it comes. Look at your
Just
phone, do
la la
something.
la 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 la.
And it came on, and I was just kind of like, I was like, oh.
Really
I
bothers
just,
you
it really
that.
does, yeah, for absolutely no reason. It bothers me, like absolutely no reason. Like it shouldn't really bother me. It's a horror movie, but,
It does.
uh, um, but like as it says, there's the difference of views. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like I could tell you, yeah, it's great. Like there's certain movies like I love the Wrong Turn franchise. They're
yeah,
not great, but I'll still tell you to watch them.
yeah. And like that, I wouldn't be overly huge fan, but I only kind of discovered them last year thanks to you, wasn't it?
Yeah, when we done the review episode,
Yeah, and I enjoyed it. Like, but you
there's some
know,
good kills in it. Like they got the CGI got more and more throughout the franchise.
mm,
Like they were doing it for a low budget, high impact, but it
yeah,
is what it is. I thought Declan O'Brien got a bit shafted not being allowed to do the last one.
should have been
But
allowed.
that's 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 for a different show.
Mm.
Um,
So anyway, back to what we're talking about. Yeah, it's so there's chaos and there's murder and there's everything you
there's
can expect.
Possession,
Yeah,
which I
every
was not expecting to see in this.
oh the way he smacks his head off the fucking door, bang,
Oh,
bang,
yeah.
and you just see his nose, fucking
But like his eyes rolling back in his
yeah,
head, and then you see him chasing the young fella down. You're like,
yeah,
and like I knew what was going to happen to an extent then and there when the young fella goes into the room and he closes the door,
mm,
and you could hear the breathing. I was like, oh, he's already in there.
yeah,
You could
oh
just tell he was already in there.
yeah,
But like, how good is it that you think he's going to be saved,
yeah, and but and like that,
and then
I was surprised that the man at the end survived actually. You know, who became basically Blade.
yeah, to be fair, and I don't want this to sound racist or anything, but like black people don't normally survive in those kind of movies.
That's true. Yeah,
Now I do like that horror has moved away from that trope quite a lot,
yeah, me too. Yeah,
because it's not actually fair to like you could have Denzel in a horror movie, and then all of a sudden you're gonna kill him off because it's a trope. No,
yeah,
like
he
the
kind of
trope worked for a long time.
yeah,
I
just
mean,
not
and
now.
it was funny, and you see movies now making fun of them, making fun of it, which is great to see. But like when he got like that scene though, when they have the door half open and Liam Cunningham looks in and um the main fella look in and you see Dracula standing up in the room, you're like, oh shit.
I'll go on now
And like that's probably the first time you see him properly.
properly.
Yeah. Like
Mm.
he looks tall as shit. He looks the best part of 7 feet.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah.
Tall and
And then
thin, which
yeah,
is again
that's the way it should be.
the way I think he should be.
Like when you seen as we spoke about Gary Oldman earlier, he was kind of smaller and stockier
Yeah,
and older. This was obviously he was in bat form to an extent.
yeah, bad form, yeah.
He was like Man Bat from Batman, Spider-Man. But like when the young fella's running and hiding and he's crawling across the table and you're like, oh no, are they gonna do it? Are they, do they have the balls to do it? Oh, they had the balls
Sure did, and the teeth.
and the head. But
So
oh yeah, that was
but you know something, though, and the way it ends, like even though we all know the way the story goes, wouldn't it be cool if they did a second one? And
So I'm trying to think, right? Is that movie theoretically set between the opening act of '92 and the closing act of '92?
I think so.
And then you take out that stupid part in the middle where you see Keanu Reeves traveling to Romania,
Mhm.
and that weird part where he couldn't act properly because he was absolutely ball bagged from being on a different set.
I think
Like
so.
if you
Yeah.
slot that if you slot that hour and a half in and put something either side of it, you're like maybe.
Now you're playing movie
Um,
god.
yeah, that's just what I want to happen. But like, yeah, I'd love to see a second one, and I'd love to see both come back.
Yeah.
Now I've never seen. I'm gonna have my hands up here and say I can't say he's a phenomenal actor because I don't know. I'd love to see him come back at least playing the bat part of it. I don't know what his off-screen camera or
Mm,
on-screen camera is.
don't know.
Um, or like maybe do you go someone? So obviously he's tall and thin in there. Do you go someone like if you want to keep him young, you could even change and go Hollywood heartthrob and go a Tom Holland or someone.
But that's big difference. Maybe Patterson because he's tall. I know it's.
Well, he's too big though.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Then again, he can transform into anything. But do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, pick somebody
Mm,
and go really outside the box with it.
yeah. I
Like Gary
think
Oldman, you would have never expected to be Dracula.
no. I'm sure he killed it. Like he
Yeah.
really killed it. But I
So I
do
mean,
think that it gave off the vibe that it could have a second film. You know.
it really did end that way, didn't it? Where you can hear him in the bar.
Yeah. Ah, that was cool. I loved
Yeah,
that bit.
and he walks out, and I don't know. Like for me, I'd have to watch it that ending again. But it looks like when you see him looking up the lane, you can see someone looking down, and it just disappears. Then,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but oh yeah, I enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Um. Well, so slabs of meat. How many would you give it out of 5?
3.5.
Yeah, I would give it a very strong 3.5 out of
Yeah,
5.
I can't say 5 because it's not a 5 movie.
It's not a game changer. It's enjoyable, as we said.
It's as I said, it's another part in the Dracula story, um, that could give us more to a franchise.
Yeah. And I mean, if
Um,
they're doing all these reboots, like you said, like Universal, they could possibly revisit this again. You know.
but see, this was Universal. I know Universal. Well, Universal don't own the IP to this because obviously it was part of Stoker's book.
Mm,
So I'm like, do they go here and run it against what is said to be Dracula's daughter? And
mm,
go, hold on, let's have a pop here and see.
yeah.
Or did they be good to Universal and hold it back? No, actually, let me just check on that. Did Universal produce this movie?
I think they might have.
Universal did produce it, so yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be under the Universal.
Monsters.
It's going to be under the Universal brand. Okay, so yeah, we're going to have a look now and see what they'll do. Will they run another one, or will they just let it go now and bring Dracula's daughter out and try and link them that way?
Mm. I mean, if they leave this as a standalone film, it's fine.
Yeah,
It's absolutely fine because like that, you know what you're expecting. You know it's only a part in a book. So, but if they do choose to expand on that, then I mean, they have like the storyline there. It's just how they deliver it.
yeah. Like Dracula's daughter now, obviously Radio Silence doing it, and Barrera. What way? Like, there's plenty of ways to link it in and just nerf the rest of the story,
Mm,
which no one's really going to care about because they've seen it a million times.
yeah. Again, it's an old kind of it's a tried and tested formula that it's how these people bring it out. It really is. It's how they bring it out. You
Yeah.
know. So
But I think overall, um, over, yeah, it was solid.
very enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very enjoyable, I have to say. So
glad I pushed us onto this.
so it gets on the slab seal of approval with 3.5 slabs each. So that'd probably bring it up to 3.75 as an aggregate, maybe. You
Maybe
know.
3.5, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Well, either way, it's still a good
Mm.
score. You know.
So over half. Um, and bear in mind, like as I says, people know that I've seen the interviews that I've done with directors. If I don't like the movie, I'll tell them straight to their
Yeah,
face.
yeah, absolutely.
I really enjoyed it. And I put it up on the Instagram page as well. There, if you've seen the stories,
Yeah,
I gave the review there. So that was just a mini one. This is the big one.
yeah. So
But
that was
overall,
yeah,
mm,
very enjoyable. I think next week we'll have another review, will we? Maybe
we might do.
if they're nice
We
to
might
us.
do. Uh, some could say check in the closet.
Oh, oh,
Some could say he's been seen in WWE from time to time.
and he's coming to get you.
Whoa, we'll say no more, just in case.
Well, look, Greg, let's end the show like you always do in your fantastic way.
The way we ended every single Friday night, ladies and gentlemen, in the words of the great George A. Romero, stay scared.
Woo!